sometimes we just can't help it. We got to let it go. Because, damn it, I'll be damned if I wasn't laughing. I'm like, concussion? Concussion? I thought the NFL season was over.
In this clip, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith clearly questions Anthony Davis's toughness.
Yeah, so now I understand that concussions can happen in other sports, boxing, UFC, and I mean, if the collision is fierce enough, I guess it could happen in basketball too. But damn, I ain't seen nothing yesterday that made me say concussion. Concussion. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. Did the wheelchair get him to the locker room? I'm not sure. Is that true, Jay?
Yes, that's why they were dying.
A wheelchair? Wheelchair? Really?
This is where we bring in an actual medical professional.
Now, you can have difficulty with your balance because of purely a visual problem, which we'll review also with our anatomy. But of course, dizziness, loss of balance after getting hit in the head is a very concerning sign of a possible concussion.
That being Dr. Brian Suterer. Please follow his channel for great work on sports injuries.
The first thing to focus on really acutely for Davis is the possibility of some sort of facial trauma, something like an orbital fracture. This is going to be the right side of the skull over here, and this is right where Kevon Looney's arm struck Davis, just to the right side of that eye. There's some sort of external load, comes in, hits the brain, the skull is going to move, the brain gets jolted from the inside, this energy goes through the brain, disrupts the nerve cells, and everything just kind of resets within the brain, followed by all the symptoms.
Still, even with all this medical information available,
we got to stop. We got to stop it, man. We got to stop it. It's the playoffs, man. I mean, damn it, was he running over the middle and got hit by Ronnie Lott or something? Did I miss something? Did I miss it? You know, is Ray Lewis still playing? Ray Lewis in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform? I mean, did he get hit by Aaron Donald? Did I miss something, Jay Williams? Did I miss something?
This is weak. One media member called it shameful. Friend of the show, Dave Zirin, would say, the discourse on this is really disturbing. You would think, given some of the public NFL horror stories over the last 15 years or so, we might have educated ourselves even marginally about the stakes of a serious blow to the head. They tried to pull it back at the end, but wow. Even Suterer would give his thoughts. I must have woken up in 1950 because otherwise I can't believe we have TV commentators laughing and acting like there's no possible way to get a concussion unless you get hit by a truck. When Davis left the arena, you could hear a staffer ask a videographer to turn his light off. Another sign Davis may indeed have a concussion, though reporters have heard from the Lakers who say this is untrue. Longtime media member Chris Haynes would say he didn't look as stable and needed a little bit of help walking and appeared to be a little dizzy on the way to being evaluated. Per ESPN, NBA concussion protocol states that a player diagnosed with a concussion is prohibited from returning to action on the same day or the next calendar day and must complete the league-mandated return to participation process involving frequent monitoring and a series of increased exertion exercises before he's cleared. Davis's injury history leads many to chide at him. He has never played a full season in his NBA career. FoxSports.com kept track of all the injuries he has sustained since he entered the league out of Kentucky in 2012. Look, there is a lot. We get it. However, to laugh at a man like this who has heard the noise consistently throughout his career is sickening. He's still only 30, but the ailments have plagued his career. And guess what? He knows it. He's talked about it. It's wild that this is the conversation on a national talk show in 2023, the day after a player looks like they may have been knocked out of a playoff game due to a concussion, wrote veteran Arash Markazi. Liam McCone would add, I am struggling to understand what Smith cannot grasp here. You don't need to get hit by a 280-pound defensive lineman running at full speed to get concussed. Concussions are not unique to football. On top of that, we probably all know people who have suffered a concussion in a non-football activity. In fact, it is actually very likely that most concussions do not happen on a football field. If the brain gets knocked around, a concussion could happen. And Davis definitely got hit hard enough that a concussion is not out of the question at all. Agreed.